Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to keep your hair nice and healthy and not dead at the ends. And if you're someone who wants to grow your hair out like me, it'll probably grow a lot faster if you use these tips and tricks. So the first thing that you probably already know is that heat is bad for your hair. Pretty much every type of heat. Like this guy, he's bad. This guy, and this guy. All types of like heat things like blow dryers, stuff like that. Anything that really has heat that is being put on your hair, that's not good for it. But I'm not saying you can't use those type of things, but to make it less damaging, make sure you use a heat protectant spray. A friend of mine does not use this, and I was like her, and I never used to use it, and I was like, that's not gonna help. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, who cares? And like, I would have to go to the salon, and they would have to cut off like that much because that's how dead my hair was. But yeah, if you just use some kind of heat protectant, it doesn't always have to be a spray. This is Tresemme Thermal Creations. It smells really good and has a really easy pump to spritz it all over your hair. You don't only have to use this. They have creams and stuff, and I have an old one over there on my vanity. But yeah, there's different types of heat protectants you can buy. There's also like, it's a 10, and I think you leave that in overnight, and then you wake up because I don't know why, but it's called that, and you use it. But it's really simple to use this, sprays or gels. The only thing with like the cream stuff is that you need to make sure you use just a little amount, but not too little, because you don't want not enough to cover your hair. But you're mainly just going to focus the spray on the ends of your hair, because that's where it gets the most damage. And the farther you get down your hair, the older it is. And obviously up here is where the new hair is growing out. So yeah, you just spritz it on your hair, and make sure you focus on the ends and all that good stuff. And especially when you're using any of these styling tools, any of them. The next thing I have for you is Moroccan argan oil. There's more expensive argan oils out there, but I just like this one, and it actually makes my hair feel really smooth and it's shiny. If you would like to get this, I think it's about like $5. I got it from Walmart. You can let your hair get a little damp after you get out of the shower. You don't want to put it on like dry hair, because that would just be a weird texture. And depending on like how thick and everything your hair is, I would get like a dime size, smooth it in my hands, and then not like massage it in like lotion, but just kind of, like work it, and then focus that on the ends of your hair. And if it doesn't matter if like what type of haircut you have, but as long as you get it on every single end, pretty much, like even on these short bang pieces, then you'll be all set pretty much. Let's see what it says. Like, what is this supposed to do? Instantly penetrates the hair shaft, restoring shine and softness while strengthening and creating soft, seductive, silky perfection. That's what it says. And another thing is, you don't have to wash your hair every day. I know some people like to because their hair gets oily, and I'm one of those people, but I just feel more fresh and clean. But if you're a person that wouldn't really mind not washing your hair every day, doesn't mean you can't take a shower, but do that because it really helps keep your hair nice and healthy. Another tip is this wide tooth comb. Well, it's like a regular comb on this side, and then it's wide tooth. Instead of going ahead and trying to get all those harsh knots out of your hair after you get out of the shower, just go ahead and pick one of these up. They're really fair, they're really inexpensive, and you would just mainly focus it on the end of your hair to get the knots out, and then just like slowly brush it through. Because a lot of people just go real quick with like a brush, that actually, your hair when it gets wet, it gets really stretchy and like, and that's when it snaps off. So you gotta make sure you use one of these guys. Um, just another tip. Teasing is also kind of bad for your hair, but if you want volume, I would suggest using a round brush. I have one over there. I was going to show you about getting it. A round brush that will give you more volume, and as long as you use your heat protectant, you'll be fine. But yeah, teasing can be damaging to your hair, and dyeing it, especially bleaching your hair. Bleaching your hair, going to a lighter color is worse, but actually darkening it isn't as damaging. Um, I'm not gonna stop you from, like dyeing your hair blonde or anything, but if you would like to sacrifice the color for the health of your hair, then maybe start making maybe try like a light brown or something. Maybe you'll actually end up liking it instead of bleaching your hair. Um, I think there's different dyes that are a little bit healthier, but they're pretty much like the same for your hair. So if you want to just give your hair a break, then I suggest just try not to dye it as much. And if you don't want to use any heat tools or anything like that at all, I would suggest looking up on YouTube videos of like uh, no heat required. Like I've seen this one girl, she takes pieces of hair and she wraps it around her head and sleeps with like a little stocking thing on, and you can do that. It sounds very weird, I know, and you can use bobby pins, and it's really cool. Like you take it out and your hair is already straight, but I mean my hair is so thin that it takes like 2 seconds to straighten. Oh, another thing is when you're straightening your hair, it's actually better to go over it with the straightener slower to get it to the right style you want the first time instead of whipping through it and going over it again. I mean, I tend to do that. I'm trying to stop. It's so hard not to because I was so used to doing that, but I'm going to try to stop. Um, I think that's all I really have for you today, except, hold on, one more tip. It's actually better to get your hair cut more often. Not necessarily cut, but like a trim. Because then you get those little, like, if you sometimes look, there's like split ends and like, that's where it gets kind of gross. So don't be that person that's like, oh, well, if you don't go without a haircut, then your hair will get really long. It will get long, but it's really not worth it because your hair is going to end up getting really damaged, and it kind of just eats up your hair as it gets more and more damaged. So, um, you don't even have to go to the hairdresser really. You can just, if you're comfortable, just snipping the ends of your hair, just get some scissors pretty much and go ahead, I guess. But don't sit there in math class or whatever class you're in, because I see people do that and like go like that. I don't think that's good for it either. um, I don't like when people do that. It's just like a pet peeve of mine. I'm sorry if I offended you. um, but yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you today. I hope this helped you. Um, sorry, I don't know if I seem too energetic or something, but I don't know. I just feel like in a good mood right now. So make sure you comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.